Everybody. This meeting of the Senate Foreign Relations Subcommittee on East Asia, the Pacific, and International Cybersecurity Policy will come to order. I'd like to begin by thanking Senator Romney, Ranking Member Romney, and members of the committee for being here, Senator Ricketts, as we discuss the security and other challenges facing the Korean Peninsula and U.S. interests and the role in the region. We're grateful to be joined by three experts in this area, Dr. Victor Cha, Mr. Scott Snyder, and Ms. Jenny Town. And I'm going to introduce each of them more fully in a minute. Despite the passage of 70 years since the end of the Korean War, lasting peace on the Korean Peninsula remains elusive, and the security concerns stemming from this conflict continue to echo far beyond the region. The alliance between the Republic of Korea and the United States, forged in mutual sacrifice 7 decades ago, remains a key linchpin for peace and prosperity in East Asia. And as we have reaffirmed in recent months, the U.S. commitment to this alliance is ironclad. In April, President Biden welcomed South Korean President Yoon for a state visit in which the two leaders unveiled the Washington Declaration to reinforce extended deterrence and respond to North Korea's growing nuclear threats. That same month, Senator Romney and I and our colleagues passed a bipartisan Senate resolution to honor the 70th anniversary of our historic alliance, and President Yoon also addressed a joint session of Congress. In August, President Biden hosted an historic summit at Camp David with President Yoon and Japanese Prime Minister Kishida to deepen our trilateral cooperation and bring greater peace, prosperity, and security to the Indo-Pacific region. I salute the efforts of these leaders to heal old wounds, look to the future, and address shared challenges. This trilateral partnership will help to counter the military threat from North Korea, as our nations have committed to share real-time data on North Korean missile launches by the end of this year. I also commend the strong language the leaders issued in response to the PRC's mounting aggression in the South China Sea. This is an historic moment in the U.S.-ROK alliance, one we can build on to confront a range of pressing global security and economic challenges. One of those challenges is, of course, Putin's war against Ukraine, which has shaken the international order, not just in Europe, but around the world. Autocrats across the globe, including Xi Jinping in China and Kim Jong-un in North Korea, are paying close attention to the collective response of the United States and our allies, and will draw lessons based on that response. Kim Jong-un has been seeking to leverage Russia's need for a supply of basic munitions to gain access to Russia's advanced missile technology. At the UN 2 weeks ago, President Yoon vowed that South Korea and its allies will not, quote, stand idly by, unquote, and we must not. I look forward to recommendations from our witnesses as to what we can do together. But among the steps we should take is to better enforce the existing U.S. and international sanctions against the DPRK, including the provision of the bipartisan Otto-Warmbier-Brink Act, which I authored a couple years ago. It took effect in 2019. That law put additional teeth into the sanctions regime, applying secondary sanctions against foreign banks and entities that violate them. But the sanctions regime has been subject to a lot of leakage. In fact, the United Nations has identified a variety of schemes the DPRK is using to evade those sanctions, and some of the firms that are aiding and abetting them in that effort. And North Korea's theft of cryptocurrency to fund its illegal weapons programs is another area we must do more to monitor and crack down on. We must also do more to shine a light on the horrendous human rights abuses taking place in North Korea. The DPRK's increasing alignment with Russia and China raises other concerns that we will discuss as we go forward. There are many other areas where we have to coordinate our efforts with South Korea, including countering the PRC's economic coercion, preventing the export to the PRC of cutting-edge technologies that can enhance China's military technologies, and the need for the United States and South Korea to work together with other countries in the region to support our goal of a free and open Indo-Pacific. We have a lot of ground to cover today, but before I introduce our witnesses, let me turn it over to Senator Romney for his opening statement. Senator Romney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the members of this panel for being here. I have